You got alcohol taken off the streets for...
Yeah, but it was
bad.
Bad, and it lasted a long time, and it led directly into marijuana prohibition.
Yeah.
Same exact people.
But you just need to find something to have prohibition against.
How about cartel
afterwards?
prohibition? How about that? How about fentanyl? Don't stop thinking about things, but then you find out, like, oh, wait a minute. There's a lot tied to this. It's like the alcohol lobby doesn't want marijuana to be legalized.
Yeah.
So they fight against it, and they get politicians that are on their side. Hey, Ralph, you're going to vote for this issue on our side, right?
There's no way Ralph came over.
Ralph
Nader?
No, not that guy. He doesn't do that. But, that's part of the problem, too, man. It's like there's a lot of money involved in keeping it illegal. And you're like, Jesus Christ.
But at least you can have... I think America's one of the only countries that primaries. You can actually, get into a political party, and if there's enough will, you can do something. You can,
they wouldn't,
really change
they wouldn't
the
even
party.
allow it for the Democrats.
To primary?
For the last election. There was not
on
even...
a presidential level, they're more uptight. But on a,
What does that mean? What does that
They got
mean?
the super delegates and they got secret emails, and it's not good. But the fact that you could even have a system to fuck up is, I think, unique to them. Like in
gotta
Britain,
stick with the system,
party
though.
picks who the person is. And if you're in the party, you get a huge benefit.
Oh, yeah.
That you can't have like a grassroots, you can't have like the branch of the party go, we're putting forward a guy we're going to primary somebody. You really can primary people in America.
Yes, you can, sort of, but not for president. not last time. And they don't let certain people in the primaries. Like they're keeping RFK Jr. out of the primaries.
Yes, and then running as an independent that's not
very
bad.
But that's not good.
I'm not saying you're living up to it. I'm not saying you're living up to the standard you set. But you're also the only ones who there's even people go, we should be able to do it.
People wanted Trump to lose so badly they were willing to throw democracy out the window. That's kind of what it is. I mean, kind of what it is. If that was coming from the Republican side, people would have been outraged.
To do it in the name of democracy was very weird.
Wild.
And then also, I remember
It's so Orwellian.
It's like my first week here, there was a Biden speech where he was talking about how violence has no... He was harping on about January 6th and stuff. And he was saying violence has no place in the American system. But then the example he gave was the American Revolution. I think that gets... You're meant to have... I think Benjamin Franklin wanted everyone having an armed uprising every 12 years or something to wipe the slate clean.
Yeah.
You're meant to... That's part of democracy. Do you know about Castro?
What about him?
I'm in a big Wikipedia wormhole about Castro. I didn't know that he hid that he was a communist until he wasn't a communist, or he kept that quiet. He was like a middle-class revolutionary, and then his brother was a commie, but he was he didn't come out and say he was a communist until later, and the CIA helped him. I've been reading Castro speeches.
CIA helped him take over
It looks
Cuba?
like the CIA might have been, and then towards the end they said, "We got to get out of this. This is no good." They changed horses.
Jesus Christ.
They were really involved on both sides, but they were...
Do we do that everywhere?
There's
This
one
country
Aussie. There's
is
one Aussie
so
that you might have
wild.
done. Gough Whitlam might have been taken out by the CIA.
Jeez.
No, he was also a problem, and people were quite happy to have him go. But the Governor General, man,
Bro.
I don't have to go into too much detail. Look it up, Pine Gap. You have a military base in Australia, and he wanted to get rid of it or get off American energy subsidies or something, and then all of a sudden he was removed.
Oh, boy.
And we haven't rocked that boat again.
We are so good at that.
Yeah.
Between us and the Israelis do the wildest assassinations. Did you see one of them that they did with the Iranian generals? Let's see. Make sure that this is true, Jamie.
I can get my visa removed for criticizing Israel.
No. This is
So
not
I
a
want to
criticism.
say I'm impressed by their beautiful assassinations.
This is not a criticism. This is saying this is one of the most gangster things I've ever seen in my life. They made a fake phone call to all these military leaders and said everybody's got to meet at the bunker, and then they blew the bunker up.
That's very Godfather. They know what they're doing.
It's gangster as fuck.
Yeah.
And then you add that to the pagers. They sent pagers out. Didn't they send them out a long time in advance?
Yeah. I think so. And they got in on the supply side of it.
Yeah.
They made the pages and they managed to...
I mean, you think about how incompetent some forms of our government are.
Yeah.
And then how good they are at killing people that they want dead.
If they could do that with
pretty
potholes
impressive.
in the Midwest, that would be great.
I know,
If we could
right?
move people out of the CIA.
That's
and into-
same level of... Well, that's not CIA. That's the Mossad. But that's the same level of intent, or the IDF, or whoever does it over in Israel. But the same level of intensity with other things. You could dominate the world.
I mean, we could get a train going.
We could fix
An actual...
fix
we could
all the
high-speed
poverty.
rail in Texas. I believe in it.
Imagine if they took that same kind of ingenuity and tried to fix poverty in America.
Brian Simpson said it good. He was on stage for Bottom of the Barrel, and he knocked, like someone knocked the barrel over, and they all had to pick it up. And he goes, "That's the one thing that could go wrong. We should really fix that. We're never going to. It's like America. We have the resources to make sure that never happens, and we won't."
Yeah, no, we won't. But we put all of our effort into making shit that kills people quicker. That's like the most amount of money, the most amount of effort, other than like consumer goods.
I would say also sport is at some weird, very high level here.
Because that's war.
It is it is a very militarized society. Everyone's getting ready to.
Yeah.
I mean, football is just military strategy.
Have you ever seen Serbians play basketball?
Yes.
Bro.
Yeah, I've seen clips of that.
I've seen clips of
Yugoslavia
the
stronger together.
Serbian crowds play basketball.
They're big.
If that shit doesn't feel like war, the way the crowd is responding,
Yeah.
the cheering, the fucking enthusiasm, like, dude, I watch it all the time just for inspiration.
They're also the only guys other than black guys who can compete in... It's the only whites who are contributing to basketball at this point, is the Yugoslavian
they're
whites.
giant whites from a warlike culture.
Yeah. No one else... Sometimes an Aussie gets through. We've had like 2 Aussies break through.
Bro, Serbian fighters are terrifying. The dudes from like the Caucasus region, like all the guys from like Dagestan,
They've been at it for...
Georgia, animals.
They couldn't get it to work.
Dude, someone just printed something or posted something about the UFC's top pound for pound list, and 6 of them are from the Caucasus region. 6 of them.
That seems high.
That
but there's
sounds
also
so high.
sometimes that's like a genetic... Like all the like marathon runners tend to be from one mountain. In Kenya, there's
like the elite of the elite.
Yeah, like people go, black people are good at marathon running. But then when you boil it down, it's like, okay, but 90% of them are from Kenya. And then 90% of those people are from one mountain in Kenya where like the air is very thin.
Oh, so they've adapted.
There's a book called Taboo, which is about race difference in like all sports.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, you're this likely to, you can't be a white corner. Now there is one, I think, but like
rare.
That there are, it's very rare and it's very strange, and some of it's social stuff, but a lot of it is like, I was reading a thing about Mexicans can't get knocked out.
That's not true.
No, there must be some, but there's like some gene that is very common in the Mexican population that makes it less likely that you'll be knocked out.
What? Really?
And I think that's why they have lots of boxers. I'm half remembering something I read on Wikipedia late at night.
Wouldn't that be crazy if they have such a history of boxing that boxing has somehow or another gotten into their genes to have strong chins?
What came first?
Yeah, right? The chicken or the egg.
Am I right?
Any connection between Mexican men and the specific gene ACTN3. Saw a video on how Mexicans are so good at boxing. Mexico's produced 209 champions. That's pretty incredible. Video explains how Mexicans supposedly have a gene that has the ACTN3, which determines endurance and or strength, one or the other. I was wondering, is there any truth to this? What's the answer?
This is about what I need to believe something, is a Reddit post from 4 years ago.
No, if you look down there, is this just one person's post? Did someone answer them?
Well, I didn't want to get into the answers because you never know. That's where, like his point, you never know where this goes.
Right.
I was just going to start there and then start
let's
around.
find out if there's anything to that. It's fascinating. But I would wonder, because if like you think about like a history of boxing,
Yeah.
boy, Mexico has such a history of boxing, and also there's a high level of poverty. So whenever there's a high level of poverty, there's a lot of sports where you don't need a lot of money to play them. Soccer's one.
Yep.
Boxing's another one. You just need gloves, and you could just fuck around, and guys can be good.
If I'm I was doing a bit about this, and I could never get it to like really fly. But like Kyrgyzstan, they have a wife wrestling. You wrestle a woman into a van if you want to marry a woman in Kyrgyzstan. You like
Today?
Yeah, they call it alakachu.
Alakachu.
And there's a big Wikipedia page on that. But you got to get this lady in the van against her will, and then once she gets in the van, she's so ashamed that she marries you.
Oh, boy.
But like the one sport they're good at the Olympics is women's freestyle wrestling. They're great at that. So what came first, the medals or the van? Did they have to get good at wrestling because men kept putting them in vans, or were they so good at wrestling the men were like, let's let them show off their beautiful skills?
That's a really good question. I would imagine they were fending off men for a long time. So they had to develop technique.
I assume it was a horse before it was a van.
Jesus
You can
Christ.
wrestle because they only got the van quite late. There's no way. Anyway, that's one day I'm going to make that fly.
Yeah, that's
as a bit.
If it's a part of your culture, I would, Jesus.
Yes.
Bride kidnapping. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's a lot of vice. We are breaking the law, says Mediev.
Everyone understands tradition and you can't change it.
Wow, member of a local government, a small village outside of Kyrgyz's capital. How do you say that? Bishkek? Bishkek, you think?
I guess it's as good as mine.
But everyone here understands it's a tradition and you can't change it. Oh, okay. Medivh kidnapped his wife, Elmira, more than 10 years ago. He's one of many Kyrgyz men who have gotten married through the Central Asian practice of bride kidnapping.
And they go like 80% of the time it's consensual. Like they organize. But then 20% of the time you're just wrestling a woman into a van against her will.
So there are consensual kidnappings where two people know each other and it's kind of role-playing. Then there's full-on, off-the-street abductions. Unfortunately, they both look the same.
You really want a safe word for that.
Whoa. It can be hard to tell if the girl you see crying for her mom and clawing at the faces of her abductors is merely acting out her part for her boyfriend and his family's sake, or is actually on her way to being married against her will. Like, what the fuck?
Very important to be able to tell the difference, I would say. I don't want to pass judgment on the people of Kyrgyzstan.
This is the thing about the world. If you go back like 6,000, 7,000 years ago, it was all like that.
You can go back to 100 years ago and they were foot binding in China. They were having
They're
beautiful...
still doing it.
No, they can't still be binding
There's
the feet.
photos of it.
They're still foot binding in China?
I mean, I don't know how widely practiced it is. They're older ladies.
Yeah.
I don't know when they stopped, but I don't think it was that long ago. Like, there's people that are alive right now that have those feet.
Well, I'm for it. You don't want some filthy peasant foot on your wife. You want it humble, graceful.
Bro, you better keep those socks on.
They do. I was reading about...
Those feet are weird.
They look like they're folded in on themselves. It's not
it looks
great.
so painful to walk
A great
on.
one.
It must
So
be so
I think it's Cameroon. They do chest bind. Like they flatten a woman's when she starts getting breast. They you flatten the breast. But what's weird is that it's the Christian progressive people who are doing it. Because the culture is once a woman has breasts, she has to get married and she has to come out of school. So because you love your daughter, you iron the boobs down so that she doesn't have to get married for a couple of years. Isn't that funny?
Jesus Christ.
They should put an end to it.
Last shoe factory making Lotus shoes closed in 1999. Wow.
There could be some Michael Jordan Lotus shoes out there.
Lotus shoes. Oh my God. So when did this start?
1200s or something like this.
Wow, the 1200s.
Look
at that lady's
We got
foot.
the feet.
Look at that lady's foot. Look at that. That is so crazy.
I just see beauty.
I see painful pinky toes. How is that lady ever going to take like an aerobics class? Look how it's become a part of the bottom of her foot. That's so crazy. How badly does that fuck with your back?
It's so big on that screen. I'd never seen them that big before.
Bro, those feet are busted up.
But the commies stamped it out mostly.
The commies did? Well, it's
the
probably,
I think Mao got rid
you
of it.
can't work.
No, you got to be, you can't partake in the great, glorious revolution. Oh, the Lotus shoe? They are beautiful shoes.
Ugh. That's so crazy.
You can't buy them. You went straight to shopping.
You never know
Is
what
that
happens.
the same thing? No, that's a brand name. That's a brand name.
You walk into your house, it's all O.J. Simpson merchandise and foot-bound Lotus shoes.
Actually, his driver is pretty good.
That's hilarious. What a fucked up practice.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, what about the one where women put plates in their lips?
Oh, plates in the lip, the neck extension. Mm-hmm. I love the ring neck extension.
The ring neck extensions don't even make sense. Like, how does that work? Like, if you take it off, will your head fall off? Like, do you have any
I think
muscles
it just
left?
shrinks.
Do you have any muscles left to support your head?
I would doubt it.
Like, do you have to keep that on for the rest
I
of your
don't
life?
think they're meant to be that long.
No.
I think that's...
Bro, that's fucking insane. That's insane.
Just one guy saw a giraffe and he was like, can we do that? That's
so
hot.
insane. Is that a Photoshop? Is that Photoshop?
It's the same person in multiple photos,
That's really legit.
But that's not.
But there's a young lady doing it
Okay,
too.
that
That's
can't
a
be real.
Photoshop.
That can't be real. That can't be real. That lady's head is 15
That's
feet
like
high.
that last one's like AI porno for neck guys.
Bro, that's so dark. It's so weird. Like, I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Oh, don't show me. Oh, they just keep piling those things on and fitting them. What a weird thing to do to your neck, man. That's got.
But we do weird stuff. We inject lips.
Bro, that's
get
crazy.
fake
She's
bumps.
got a towel under her
No,
chin.
but they could be watching it being like, in America, they chop off a little boy's penis and they turn it into a pretend vagina. Isn't that sick and wrong?
Well, they probably do that there too, and I
That's
would agree
true.
with them.
That's a very important part of our culture.
I wonder if they do it. You know, I someone in the green room was saying the other day that the reason why there's so many lady boys in Thailand was because being homosexual was illegal. Is that true?
Wasn't it legal everywhere?
This person that said it is just, they said it in passing. I
Yeah.
don't know if it was true. And I meant to Google it and I totally forgot it until now.
I mean, it could be. I'm pretty sure it was illegal all over the place, and no one else was doing that. No one else had that
That's true.
particular reaction.
Well, you know, that's the thing about, what is that fucker? Turing, Alan Turing.
Yeah.
Alan Turing was the guy who invented the Turing test.
And he was gay, and they.
Yeah, and they fucking poisoned him. They gave him, like, hormone blockers.
Was it just because he was gay?
Yeah.
There were so many gay British guys, though.
Yeah, but he was
They had like a
like-
long history of. Like Oscar Wilde, everyone knew he was gay, and it was only when he went after a guy's son that I think they were.
Oh.
Hey. Yeah, I think he went after a guy's young son.
Well, they can always target you for it, though.
If they want to get you for something else, they will.
Yeah.
They use that. But I
And
think Byron was off.
But he was, like, hospitalized. Legality of same-sex activity. Private adult, consensual, and non-commercial sodomy was decriminalized in Thailand in 1956. However, same-sex attraction and transgender identities were still seen as socially unacceptable in many cases. Those with gender expression or behavior falls out of social norms are less likely to be tolerated or accepted. So, what happened?
Just this year, they've allowed same-sex marriage.
They've allowed adoption from this year, but that's very late to it because I think a lot of gay couples have been going there to get children for a long time, and now they're saying you can have them here. Like that's a big. That's not spoken about. Is the rent a womb and the.
It's kind of bizarre.
I'm against it.
It's very strange. The idea of a surrogate is very odd. Like, you're having a baby, but it's not really you having the baby. Like, okay, I get it if someone can have a baby, the couple wants to have a baby, they hire a surrogate. I get it, it's your genes, it's your baby, but it's like...
But also I mean, I know Elon has like a lot of kids with different ladies, but that's the public one. He's like one of the only public-facing billionaires. There's got to be guys out there who are like, I'm getting 10,000 kids. I'm like... take my cum and move it out across. I'm going to be Genghis Khan with science.
Well, guys have done that are doctors.
They just put their own cum.
Yeah.
There's a breakout case in Adelaide at the moment.
One of those
there's a
guys.
guy there's maybe 1,000 siblings in Adelaide, my hometown.
Oh man,
at the
it's
moment.
every time guys get a chance, they do it. Surrogacy has a long history dating back to ancient times, with the real examples found in Babylon and the Bible. While traditionally involved natural conception, modern surrogacy, including artificial insemination and in vitro fertilization, has been developed through scientific and legal advancements. Okay, but the thing is, it's like they're just playing with words. Hold on, let's go back. Because they're saying surrogacy for someone having sex with someone and getting them pregnant and having a baby. That's not surrogacy. You got a pregnant with...
That's a mistress.
You got another lady pregnant. That's all that is. So what we think of as surrogacy is you taking an embryo and inserting it into another woman's womb, right?
Yeah.
That's a completely new thing.
And I think
That's
it's
where
really
it's weird.
It's
because
common in like wives of soldiers.
the other one's like an agreement. Like if the wife can't get pregnant, but she wants to have a baby, and she says, "Listen, if you fuck my best friend, she'll have the baby,
We'll adopt
and then
the baby.
we'll take care of the baby."
Yeah.
And I know that I can't have babies, but you know, if you guys were that kind of swingers and you're down with that, and that's up to you.
That feels different from
That's
science.
not surrogacy.
Yeah.
You just had a baby with a different human.
No, surrogacy seems
Right.
bad and wrong. I'm digging in.
Well, bro, it's going to go to artificial wombs, all right? That's going to be the new one. And whether that's 20 years from now or 50 years from now, you're going to be able to make a baby outside of a human body. It's going to get real freaky.
we got to draw a hard
We
line.
pulled this up. The IVF thing gave me
Yeah.
a weird thought. I'm a little stone thought.
What?
It's not possible how Jesus was born, was it? They didn't have any sort of way
You're
to
saying
do in
that our
vitro
Lord was
fertilization back
an
then?
IVF
And we
baby?
just like forgot about it.
Could be. Could be that they had that technique.
Jamie, it was the Holy Spirit.
I know what they say. I'm just, but like,
Yeah.
devil's
Well,
advocate, obviously. But like,
well, for sure, they could have inserted sperm into her. Without her
There was-
ever having sex, they
But
could have
I
impregnated her.
think there's like dolphins that can do it. If dolphins are on their own for a long time, then an egg can fertilize another egg.
What?
It doesn't happen often, but there are examples of it.
Really?
Yes.
That's nuts.
I think I believe that I've read that.
You sure?
I've said that loudly and
Dolphin?
confidently at a party before.
Mammals?
It might have been.
That sounds so crazy that a mammal can do that.
Yeah.
Inside of them? They can
I'd be
inseminate
so happy
their
if I was
own
right. I think it's like a couple examples of auto-insemination.
So it's like one of the eggs has so much jizz in it that it leaks out and
You
gets
get, a
to
very,
the other eggs?
you get a very butch egg.
Yeah,
you get a trans egg.
You get maybe one of the eggs is male and it just jizzes on the other egg.
You know, it's an early developer.
Yeah.
It's
Just like comes out of, maybe jizz is like in some of them out of the box.
I think there's virgin birth in nature. It's not common. Doesn't
there's
happen a lot, but it is
definitely
possible.
animals switch genders. The animals, like especially like primitive reptilian type fucking weird animals.
Yeah.
They can. There's certain animals that can switch their genders.
I think seahorse ladies have a penis.
I think so.
Am I getting that?
You know, hyenas have a penis. Females.
No, I didn't know that.
Bigger than the males.
Just for show? Just
No,
for,
they dominate the males. They're bigger
they
than.
peg the males
Yes.
with their...
Female hyenas, they're one of the rare matriarchal mammals. So the females are bigger than the males.
Yeah.
They have more testosterone than the males, and they have bigger dicks. And they hold the males down. Look, yeah, you want some of this pussy? And then the male has to take his little dick and stick it inside of her big dick.
What, with the big
And that's,
lady dick just slapping against his belly?
Yeah, you want to hear even worse? 60% of all hyenas that are born suffocate to death during childbirth. Coming out of
Why?
that dick. Because they're coming
They
out of
come
a dick.
out of the dick?
Uh-huh.
The
Yeah.
vagina's on the tip of the dick.
No, it's really a vagina.
Come on, hold
It's
on.
a vagina, but it's like a
Can we see
long
the
dick.
hyena?
Oh, it's bananas. It's bananas.
I want to, because
They call it like a faux penis.
Man, I think last time Shane came on here, I think you guys were talking about the trans penises, and then he just kept texting me the trans penises.
Oh, he's
Got
horrible
a lot
at
of
that.
them.
He's horrible.
Just wake up in the middle of the night.
It
with a
shows
trans
you
penis.
these skin graft scars. You're like, what am I looking at?
Why is it so much bigger than mine? Why can't you have a humble penis? I've got to see. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So female hyenas have this giant fake dick, and yeah, it's huge.
They have to put their penis. The
That's what-
boys have to put their dicks in.
Exactly, and that's how the babies come out of that. And a lot of the babies die on the way out.
We've
They
got to
suffocate
destroy
to
all the
death.
hyenas.
60%, I think. I think that's the number.
Feels
Let's
like
make
too
sure that
many.
that's the correct number. I'm pretty sure it is. I think it's
The hyena people will be furious if that's not.
60% suffocate during childbirth. And then on top of that, like then they fight over who gets the nipple, and some of them get killed.
Well, that's why they're so unhappy all the time.
Oh,
In The Lion King.
they're just in the most ruthless environment, and they're not the biggest animals.
I reckon, man.
18% mortality. That's the mother died.
Oh, 9 to 18% the mother dies. Jesus
Oh.
Christ. That's crazy.
Got eyes open.
Could you imagine 80% of
Just
the women dying because they're giving birth? Yeah, 60% of all spotted hyena cubs die in the early stages of life, especially from the first litter. Some scientific
Oh.
observations place the survival rate of firstborn cubs at around 40% or less. Wow.
So siblicide is huge.
Mm-hmm. Siblicide's very huge. They fight to the death over like little nipples.
And like stepdads, I know come will in the animal kingdom.
Well, that's also why female hyenas, I think, are bigger. I
They gotta
think
protect.
Yeah, I think they're there because the men hyenas are bitches, and the men probably eat the babies. Because that happens in other communities. Like that happens in bears. In the bear world, female tigers or female bears
Yeah, like
rather.
we do.
The reason why when you stumble upon a female bear,
Yeah.
she's ready to fuck you up. Like that's the worst thing that can happen in the woods. You stumble upon a female bear with her cubs. You're in real trouble. If you stumble upon a male and
He might let you go.
He might not have any interest in you at all. But if you're too close to the cubs, if like she is in front and the cubs are behind and you're behind them,
He's run away.
bro, you might not have the time. She might just come for you, and you can't do a goddamn thing about it because she's dealing with male grizzlies eating her cubs
Yes.
all the time. So she's always on 10.
I mean, if we go to Yosemite, should we bring a gun?
You shouldn't go off trail
Okay,
for sure.
all right.
You shouldn't go off trail. You should definitely bring bear spray if you're anybody. Yosemite is in California, right? I fucked this up before. Yellowstone has the grizzlies.
It's Wyoming.
Yosemite has the black bears. Black bears generally aren't as dangerous
Okay.
as grizzly bears.
Are there grizzly bears in California?
No, there's not.
All right.
Even though it's the flag. the state flag.
Yeah.
It's the bear on the flag.
The flag misled me.
They killed too many people, and they killed them all.
But they've got coyotes still running around.
Coyotes don't really kill people, though. They kill your cats and dogs.
Right.
Mountain lions occasionally kill people, but grizzlies were killing a lot
I
of
feel like you guys have way more animals that kill people than we do.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
People talk about our animals all the time. We got a snake and we've got a spider.
No.
That you want to watch out for.
You got saltwater crocodiles, motherfucker.
Yeah, but if you stay away from the crocs,
What are you talking about?
you just keep away from far north Queensland. But they are.
Yeah, but you have to avoid a whole part of your country because it's infested by monsters.
We were happy to give that one up to the Japanese. We made a deal that if the Japanese invaded, we'd let them have the saltwater crocodile part of the country. Have you seen is Bob Catter? This is like our best clip from a politician. He's talking about gay marriage, and he turns it into talking about crocodiles.
No.
Oh, Bob Catter, crocodile. This is my favourite. He wins his far north Queensland seat every year. He's not in any party, but he's like, yeah, let 1,000 blossoms bloom. Oh yeah.
I mean, people are entitled to their sexual proclivities, I mean, let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom as far as I'm concerned, But I ain't spending any time on it because in the meantime, every 3 months, a person is torn to pieces by a crocodile in North Queensland.
He's the man. He needs more power in our government.
Every 3
That's just
months,
how he
a
talks.
person is torn apart by a crocodile in North Queensland. Is
Yeah,
that
it
true?
is. I believe it.
Jesus Christ.
Well, there's a
dude.
lot of people. There's a lot of.
Every
They come
3
into the
months.
ocean as well.
Okay, I want
They
you to
swim out of
imagine
the
this.
waters.
I want you to imagine this.
Yeah.
What if every 3 months someone got killed by a werewolf? Would you still go out at night?
Yeah. Yes, I would.
Every 3 months, someone gets killed by a werewolf in your town.
I mean, but how many people are dying on the roads every day?
I understand, but there's something uniquely terrified about getting eaten.
The Crocs never got Steve Irwin. That was the Rays. I'm more upset
20.
by the Rays.
Well, he
Four
knew how to
deaths.
handle the crocs. What's that?
4 deaths since 2020 and 9 non-fatal attacks.
See,
Oh, so
see.
it's bullshit.
But that's not something you just didn't die. You got ripped apart though.
9.
9
Yeah,
people.
but that's not 3. That's not like what
Yeah.
he was saying. He was
Maybe
saying
it's
3
come
a-
down. He would
That's
have said
not
that.
bad.
What was his
depending on
number
when
that he was saying?
He said 3 a month. What
Is that
did
what
he
he
say?
said?
Yeah,
3 a
this
month?
is also 7 years
Every
ago.
3 months.
Since
Every 3 months.
Oh, every 3
2018.
months?
We might have clamped down on it.
That's only 4 a year.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
also, there's,
But
you're not
all
like
time?
walking
How
through
many
the
all
city.
time?
You're not walking through the city and going, the Croc's going to come and get me.
Yeah, but if you go anywhere near a lake and you make the wrong kind of vibrations,
Yeah, they were very. I went to Cairns once, and they were all very scared.
they come out so quick. They come out so quick, dude.
But also, what a beautiful way to die.
Nope,
If you have to
not
die.
beautiful
No?
at all. Nope.
He was eaten by a crocodile?
Reptilian, evil. The last moments of your life will be horrible energy that you will pass on to the cosmos. You will die in the most horrific way possible.
It's not that bad. They all fit on 2 pieces of paper.
Yeah, well, he's overplaying. He's over-egging it.
1985.
These are all the people that have been
But
killed.
again,
even.
Cairns,
Both.
Cape
Okay.
York. That's up
So
north.
there's a lot of non-fatals in there. Or dudes
Very
lost
few people
legs.
there. No one, we don't have it. We've got Cairns. That would be the biggest city up north.
What are those as large as the Nile crocodiles, the saltwater crocodiles?
I don't know how big a Nile crocodile is.
Well, I think
I only
Nile.
just saw an alligator for the first time. They're not as scary.
Well, you got to see a big one, dude. Lady just got killed in Orlando by one last week.
Saltwater, larger, more vicious,
Saltwaters are larger than the Niles.
more aggressive.
Bro, you have the most aggressive crocodiles in the
we got
world.
them. We got them, and we got. But it's a lot of koalas and
But
kangaroos.
that's
Kangaroos are so
but
friendly.
you have the most aggressive dinosaur
Yeah.
in the world in your country.
That's why to get torn apart by one would be an honor.
Yeah.
It
Okay.
would be no.
You know what
I'm
I would
way
like
less
to do?
scared of them
I'd
than-
like to get together with some special forces dudes and kill those motherfuckers from the air. Okay, everybody
Steve
thinks you have
Irwin
to
would
keep
not
them
allow me to
around.
let that pass.
You got to keep them around. Yeah, I think maybe we keep 3 in a zoo and everybody else is dead.
They're beautiful creatures.
Turn them into shoes.
You know about the cage of death?
What's that?
You can get into a cage with one.
Yeah, doesn't that look?
Don't you show me
That's
that,
a good cage.
God
That's a
damn
strong
it.
cave. You'd be fine.
No, people. Why do you want to do that?
see
Don't
'em.
want to do. Jesus, that is such a monster. Such a fucking heartless monster. If that thing opened up somehow accidentally, it would love to eat you. What is wrong with
There's a
people?
lot of scratches
oh
on
my
it too.
God.
He's trying to get in there.
Look at that thing. It's so big. They're so terrifying, dude. I mean, it is a fucking monster. And that's not even a big one, man. I have a friend, his name's Jim Shockey, and he's a professional hunter. He lives in Canada. And they sent him to Africa to shoot crocodiles because they were killing so many people in this one village. And he said when he got there, there was this one particular big croc that was there that was just killing everybody. Everybody was like missing a foot. Everybody had one arm, like for real.
Like the Jaws, but for crocodile?
Yeah, he said it was crazy. It's like so many people in this town had been bitten by crocodiles. So they had developed this system where they put posts in the ground, in the water, so that they knew the crocodiles couldn't get into that, right? So what the crocodiles did was go around it and sneak into the water when the people weren't around.
They're impressive, beautiful. Have you seen in India when they get like a puma in the village and everyone's standing on the roof and the puma's like running around the streets and the guys are trying to throw a net on it?
Yeah, nuts.
Is that it? Is that the big croc?
Oh my God.
It's over 20 feet.
Oh, is that a saltwater one?
It looks bigger because they're very small people. But
That's so big, dude. That's so big. That's such a dinosaur.
and then we turn it into handbags and shoes.
Thank God. I went down a rabbit hole the other. It's so funny that people want to keep them around. I know. I want to be real clear. I don't want them to go extinct for sure. I'm just mostly just fucking around here.
They shouldn't be in residential.
But
zones.
it is weird that we tolerate a certain amount of monsters. It's weird.
To reintroduce them seems nutty.
Oh,
When people are bringing the wolves back.
bro, the thing they're doing in Colorado is so stupid because this is what they did. Okay, Colorado took these wolves from Oregon that had been preying on cattle, and then they moved them into Colorado where they preyed on cattle.
Yeah.
And then the people whose cattle they were preying on got pissed off, so they took a bunch of them and removed them and put them in Pitkin County over by Aspen where they prey on cattle. It's the dumbest thing. Everyone's like, oh, it's going to balance out the wildlife.
Shut down the cattle industry?
No, they're dumb. They don't know what they're doing. It's wildlife. It's ballot box
It's just one
biology.
furry who's like...
No, it's the
We gotta get
governor. The governor and his husband wanted to do it this way. They wanted to reintroduce wolves. But wolves were already on their way to being reintroduced to Colorado. They were doing it naturally. There's wolves. There's a pack of wolves that was established that had already made their way into Colorado. Colorado borders Wyoming. Wyoming has wolves. So they were getting wolves.
Is this a tourism thing, or they just like in
They
the
just
abstract they
no. It's
wanted
like
wolves?
look. There's some like real thought that could be put into whether or not an ecosystem should be balanced with the proper amount of predators. And if you, the human race, were responsible for killing off this one major predator that was in this ecosystem,
Yeah.
that seems irresponsible. And maybe we can bring that animal back and it would balance out the system. This is the thought process behind
Sure.
it. The problem with that is these animals have become accustomed to just killing cattle. They did it in Oregon, then they did it in Colorado, and then they're doing it where they are now. And everybody wants to pretend it's not happening.
Yeah.
So they want to pretend they didn't do that. They didn't do a giant fuck up. These are not wild wolves that are going to go out and hunt down elk and make the population smaller. No, they're used to preying on cattle.
Yeah.
So they're killing cows all
But
the
there's
time.
a lot of people who want to hunt, right? Like, there are
Yes.
people who want to take out the animals that the wolves would have taken out.
Well, yeah, but you should have a balance. You should have mountain lions. Like like the wild you can't sterilize certain aspects of the ecosystem because they're dangerous to you. But what you shouldn't do is take these animals and then move them into an area where nothing is prepared.
Yeah.
The ranchers aren't prepared. No one warned them. They moved them to that area without letting anybody know. One of my friends has a ranch there. They released some of the wolves on his property. And these wolves, now all of a sudden, wolves that are used to killing cattle are killing cattle down there.
Yeah, because that would be way easier.
They're easier. They're all together.
Yeah.
They don't run away. They stand still
But
and you kill the calves.
They're like in Britain, they got rid of all the wolves.
They got
and they
rid
seem
of all
to-
the wolves everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they did it. It's because wolves are like the most intelligent. They're like psychic super predators. They're the most intelligent of all predators. They're the only predator that we have in North America that hunts in a pack. And they're big. You're dealing with 100-pound plus
Yeah.
animal that hunts in
But
a pack.
they're bringing back the dire wolf as well?
Well, so that's different.
Okay.
This is not.
But they were not
they're
happy with the
bringing
size
it
of the
back
wolves
to
that
put
they
it-
had?
They're not going to put it in the wild.
All right.
They brought it back to show that this gene editing that they do for animals is legitimate. So to do that, they reproduced an animal from the genes of one of them, what was it? What were the numbers, Jamie? One was like 50,000 years old, and one was like 70,000 years old when Beth Shapiro was in here. The lady who's like the head geneticist,
Yeah.
brilliant woman, she was explaining it all to us, and it's just, the whole thing is bananas. So they essentially didn't even know what they were going to look like until they came out.
Is the hope that we get the dinosaurs?
Well,